Hey everybody, welcome back to Slasher Media, the usual channel where we talk horror and nothing but horror. And today, everybody, is a segment from this week's podcast episode where we are going to react to the Evil Dead Burn trailer. And that trailer looked amazing, so we're going to react to it, me and Maury. And yeah, but I'll see you at the end. So we're going to react to the trailer or Evil Dead Burn.
I don't know about you, but I'm just gonna stare blankly at it.
Alright. So what we're gonna do is the way that we're gonna do this breakdown is instead of just watching the trailer and obviously going through it, we're gonna probably pause the trailer as we go, for copyright reasons, instead of just blankly looking at a screen. But yeah.
My goal is to make people think that my camera froze. By the way, my internet problems should be completely resolved. It took another tech coming out and replacing the equipment that was less than a year old.
Alright, well, here we go.
Alright, you ready?
Thank you, Joseph. That's beautiful.
It just means that house look extremely depressing.
It gives me massive RE7 vibes.
Why
You
does
know what
it
I'm saying?
look?
Like,
it doesn't look like a house a family would. It looks so depressing.
like flip it around, and if there's a kitchen or like a little counter there, and there's like a whole bunch of like decomposing, moldy food all over the table, I would literally be like, "Wow!" Even the old lady in the wheelchair, right? Boom, RE7, the Baker family. That's what this gives me. It gives me
No.
vibes.
That's Will's seat. Where's the wedding ring?
Alice, you were his wife. Why aren't you wearing it? I'm not sure.
Did you sell it?
No, of course not.
And get a good price.
I really think we should do this another time.
No, now's the best time.
Will's looking down on us from above.
Remember?
Is he drinking milk?
No, I think he's possessed.
I mean, some people, maybe he's lactose, and something possessed him to.
I'm
drink the
sorry,
milk,
but he was grabbing a knife like he wanted to stab her.
Go back like 5 seconds.
Look, yeah, look. He's grabbing a knife.
You don't grab knives like that?
Not when I'm talking to someone acting like I'm a fucking insane person.
Okay.
So the story of
Alright.
this is that so they're angry at her for not wearing a wedding ring of a dead husband. Okay.
Thank you, Joseph. That's beautiful.
No.
The wedding...
That's Will's seat.
Yes, and he died in a car
Where's the
accident.
wedding ring?
Alice, you were his wife. Why aren't you wearing it? I'm not sure.
Did you sell it?
No, of course not.
And get a good price.
I really think we should do this another time.
No, now's the best time.
Will's looking down on us from above.
From above. He's down below.
William, my sweet boy. I would give anything for us to be together again.
My grandfather believed the devil would return.
How many Necronomicons are there?
There's 3 confirmed, right? There's the one in the Army
I
of
don't think
Darkness.
that's a
There's the original.
Necronomicon. That just
Yeah, because
looks.
because they uncovered.
That's not a Necronomicon.
Yeah, right. I think they mentioned
In
there's three, right?
Rise, they listened to a recording of what the book
Three distinct
says.
volumes. Yep.
Yeah, because in the
So Ash initially thought two were decoys, but it's now canon. There are three separate volumes. Could this be the one then from the remake? No, because what did we determine which Necronomicon that one was?
1 second. All
Because if there's three, and you have one in Army of Darkness, right? You have the original.
Necronomicon books
You have Burn.
and
Sorry, Rise into Burn.
They here in
Oh no! So the remake has the second Necronomicon. Rise has the third, with the original Necronomicon being across those ones, the others, and that's Army of Darkness. That alludes that there are the others. It's just it's not as important for the plot at the time, right?
So on this Reddit thing, it says Evil Dead Rise, there is a mention of 3 fabled volumes of Nectarum Demonto, the Book of the Dead. Does that mean there are multiple books of Dead, and would each book have its own set of rules, rituals, and demonic entities? Such as in Evil Dead 2013, the book summoned the Abomination, and in Evil Dead Rise, the book summoned the Spider monster. If so, I think that could be a very interesting concept to explore in future Evil Dead.
So here's the thing then too. So the Deadites. So
the names are in the original series, the book is the Ex Mortis book, and Ex Mortis in the original series, the Nectarum Demento is the book that they find in 2013 movie.
yeah,
and Rise, I'm sure, but in Rise it's called Nectarum Demento as well. So it's the one in Rise is the same book as in 13.
It can't be though, because it was buried in concrete, like a really old thing.
1 sec. So what's this?
Because the timeline that one was buried inside the
We'll get to that after.
garage.
We'll continue this real quick.
My grandfather believed the devil would return. If anyone read from the Book of the Dead,
Cool down. The whole family can be reunited.
Is that the new chainsaw?
It's the Weed Whacker Fern. The Weed Whacker.
It's no longer a chainsaw now. It is a weed whacker. Oh my
These
God.
Deadites are fucking weeds.
There's more
Look at
than
'em.
one as well. There's like multiple.
Well, this is definitely, I think, the spider again because of the family focus.
Well, last time
But
checked,
I have a theory coming up.
I think. Do you know in the beginning? You know the girl that he runs the husband.
It's Jessica, right? From Rise, the girl who was the remaining Deadite at the cabin.
Yeah, I think it's her who
Does
he
appear?
runs over. I think it's her he runs
Yeah.
into.
Right? The other Necronomicon appearing though in this, like, you know what I mean, that next one, that's what doesn't make sense, because either A, they had to go back, they had to somehow return to the building and somehow get that one, or they had to get the one from 2013. Unless this is actually the original Necronomicon that they somehow have a hold of now, and that the Deadites like trying to bring them together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah. Because when because how she finished off the person on the pier.
So I think the husband runs into her, and that's how the demon ends up where it is.
Cheers to your perfect family.
Don't do it.
So one of my biggest complaints about horror movies these days is it shows too much, and it's like, whereas in some of the movies you're kind of guessing like who's possessed, things like that, this one's just straight up being like, yep, like all these people are definitely possessed. Like, maybe, you'll say like maybe how they get possessed, but it's like, they are, right? You can make a list of like, these are the ones who are possessed. I kind of hate that.
Trailers do show too much.
And they do it for the people who have no attention span anymore. Like this. If he lives through this, you know what I mean? And I swear, so let's just make a note. If he dies directly after this, I am going to be pissed, because it's just they spoil too much.
Ow, that fucking hurt. Ow. Okay. Thoughts?
So thoughts, like, you already heard my thoughts with the trailer piece itself of like it shows too much. So I definitely believe the spider is the one that connected here. Well, spider, obviously we do, because Jessica, right? But that Necronomicon, if it is one of the Necronomicons, because they do reference the Devil Will Return if they read out of it, and he talks about his grandfather, right?
The thing is, look, she reads the book
after, right? As if that's her trying to either counteract the spider, or maybe there's another Deadite at play too. Maybe that's the trick here, is that maybe the Abomination or the what was the name of, was it just the Kandarian? What was the Deadite from the originals?
It was just the Kandarian demon, wasn't it?
So this Kandarian demon, maybe like it's made so, because he's referencing grandfather, right? When he says about reading the book, The Devil Will Return, does that mean that then they're referencing that book, and in fact, like he's like the grandson of maybe even Ash? That would be kind of crazy though, because it doesn't seem like he has much aura. You know what I mean? Like he kind of has an L aura, especially with that dishwasher. But clearly this is a long affair too, because you see like where it goes day, night, and people are still rocking. And if you notice, we don't really see Jessica except for this in the car crash.
Plus, in the original, so the original Necronomicon is the one with the face. And then,
oh wait, yeah, we saw the outside cover of that one, which
in the next one it's like stitched together skin, and then the one after that is like a normal book, but it looks like it's got veins coming over it. So Necronomicon.
Someone believes it's the original, because it's confirmed. People are saying it's confirmed because of the pure white Deadite eyes, I guess, because those Deadites show. I guess that I never really noticed that. I guess, but yeah, that makes sense.
So so in the original Evil Dead, it's the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. In the Dead films, this one is the most important elements for the entire series, bound in human flesh. and inked in blood. This H.P. Lovecraft-inspired text allows for ancient demonic entities to pass through hidden realms into the human world. Reading from it unleashes the forces of darkness. The book seems to focus on Deadeye, also known as Kandarian demons, which in Evil Dead lore lurk in dark forests, such as the one Ash and his friends find themselves in during the events of the original film. Necronomicon Ex Mortis, Evil Dead 2. The original Necronomicon in Evil Dead was destroyed by Ash, saving him from the Deadites that had killed and taken over his friends.
And that could explain why the
However-
cover's different, because it could have been rebound.
However, another Necronomicon appears in Evil Dead 2 that closely resembles its predecessor. Notably, the book wasn't destroyed in the quasi-requel Evil Dead 2, which otherwise effectively served as a remake of the Evil Dead. This book gets sucked up into the time warp that connects the film to Army of Darkness. Confirmed appearance, Necronomicon, Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2. Versions of
He couldn't-
Necronomicon
he
from
couldn't be
Evil
the
Dead
grandson of Ash
confirmed
'cause he didn't have one
appearance.
in.
Necronomicon Ex Mortis appears in Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, and Ash vs. Evil Dead. Neturum Demento is Evil Dead, which was the remake. And Necronomicon, that's it, Evil Dead Rise. The Necronomicon, Army of Darkness. When Ash is sent to 1300 AD in Army of Darkness, his main goal becomes to locate the Necronomicon. Finding it and present it to the wise man will allow him to return to his own time period. What he finds in his quest are 3 Necronomicon books in a graveyard, each with their own mystical properties. While Ash initially believes only one of them to be the true Necronomicon, Evil Dead Rise makes it clear that each of them was a separate volume. The Necronomicon Ash vs. Evil Dead. The Necronomicon appears in Ash vs. Evil Dead series as the source of Deadite-related incidents around the country. Neturum Demento was the book in Evil Dead 2013. The Necronomicon featured Evil Dead remake is known as the Naturum Demento, making it somewhat unique, even while retaining many key qualities to other versions of the book of the Evil Dead. The book is bound in human flesh, but appears to be stitched together from various pieces of skin. It is also substantially bigger than the others. In the film, Mia and her friends visit a remote cabin. This is 5 souls in order to be reborn. This is departure from the other versions of the book seen in the Dead franchise films, like the original trilogy, where the demonic force at work was known as Kandarian. Is the ultimate threat. Mia believes she destroys the book when she burns the cabin to the ground in the ending of Evil Dead, but the book is seen lying on the grass in the final scene.
You saw this one again, 2013, you said?
Yeah. In the final scene, it's shown just on the grass.
Yeah, so I don't think this can be the original Necronomicon.
Evil Dead Rise. 1 second. The Necronomicon in Evil Dead Rise is found buried in a vault of a bank beneath an apartment complex, along with vinyl recordings of its passages. The book resembles the version found in Evil Dead Remake, with veins in its binding rather than stitches and pin-like teeth clamping it shut. After the book is opened, the forces of darkness possess a young mother and her children. The version of the Necronomicon in Evil Dead Rise is noteworthy because of the explanation it recorded passages give for the reason those possessed by its darkness don't kill their victims. With one line in Evil Dead Rise, the Deadites, unpredictably, is explained they thrive on chaos and disorder. The entities seek to create that sort of environment around them through torture rather than simply disposing of their victims quickly. This adds to the world building of the Evil Dead franchise and the lore of previous films that didn't have precise answers for Deadites' erratic behavior.
Okay, so basically, I don't think it can be the first Necronomicon, for two reasons. One, Ash versus Evil Dead is still canon, obviously, to the overall franchise. That's canon.
Ash Evil Dead also, I'm pretty sure, is
So-
that doesn't it mention the multiverse?
I don't think so. It's
one
been a while,
point.
but basically, well, here's the thing: is in episode 1, he reads from the original Necronomicon. He kept it after his experience 30 years previous, right? So it was 30 years previous, which means Ash versus Evil Dead, when he reads from that, it is roughly 2012, 2013 when he reads from it again. Ash for the 2013 takes place in 2013. Sorry, 20, so it's somewhere in there. It could be 2015 technically. It could be 2012 through 2015 because they don't say exactly, but it's like roughly that zone. The second Necronomicon is Evil Dead, the 2013, and that's around 2013. Okay, that's in between, like that's during the same time period of obviously the first one. Then Rise is in 2022. Which that one's buried in a bank vault, which means it's been sealed for quite some time, so it can't. So obviously that's how you know that those are different. But then, if this movie Burn is taking place shortly after the lake incident, it's still 2022.
Right, I hope everybody did enjoy it. I know it cut off after Morrisism. I didn't want to put the entire video podcast in there, so I cut it off at a certain point. But it got our thoughts across and everything, so I hope everybody enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Have you checked the children?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?